Last year, 1 billion cell phones were sold across the world. And every year, we're adding mountains and mountains of e-waste. This is waste that's generated from computers, refrigerators, and used cell phones. Now, as consumerism rises in the developing world, the United Nations Environment Programme has released a study on e-waste based on data from 11 developing countries. The report was released here in Bali by UNEP's Executive Director, Mr. Achim Steiner, for a special meeting of the Basel, Stockholm, and Rotterdam Conventions, all of which deal in chemicals and hazardous waste, is being held.
The report points to the fact that it's not only perfectly feasible in logistical and operational terms, it is also economically rational. And we have today the instance where, for example, cobalt, iron, lead, manganese, nickel, platinum, rhodium, tin, titanium are having recycling rates of above 50%. So clearly our economy is capable of making recycling both an economically and logistically viable proposition.
UNEP believes the challenges posed by e-waste can be converted into an e-opportunity. For instance, if proper recycling facilities are set up in the developing world, that will create thousands of jobs. It could also potentially protect the health of millions of citizens. One of the other problems of e-waste is the manner in which it's still transported from the developed to the developing world. For instance, it's estimated that 50 to 100 containers of e-waste will land up in China alone this year. This year, thanks to the efforts of an NGO, the Basel Action Network, container loads full of e-waste bound for Indonesia were not only discovered, but turned away well on time.
80% of what's delivered for recycling in the United States actually goes almost immediately on a container ship and sent mostly to China. But China's not alone. We have been tracking these containers recently. And just a few weeks ago, we went to a Massachusetts facility, Massachusetts in the United States, and documented containers leaving that facility. We took the container numbers, we tracked them, and found out that ship and those containers were going straight to Indonesia. 9 containers of hazardous electronic waste from a non-party of the United States to Indonesia. So we took it upon ourselves to contact the competent authorities of Indonesia. And I must say, I'm very happy to report that they diligently implemented the convention, and they took those containers off the ship, cracked the seals, looked inside, found that indeed it was contraband, illegal electronic waste. And I was very happy to, last night, be able to congratulate personally the Minister of Environment of Indonesia and the functionary who took those off the ship and sent them back to the United States.
For UNEP TV, I'm Satinder Bindra in Bali, Indonesia.